Happy birthday, you little ugly ass boy. Yeah. Tommy Skillfinger Day. One of my favorite joints of all time, man. It took Q about 15 years to decide he was gonna rap on this.
Oh yeah. I gotta find this shit.
I have that.
Oh, you got this?
I got that.
Okay.
I kind of want to just get the people some energy of where he was production-wise.
Right.
And I think this is a good representation of who he was and how he put instruments together, how he chopped beats up, man.
Right.
And there's so many different changes in this one. This is just, you know.
It's classic skills, right? You know what
Facts.
I'm saying?
Is there a story behind this one?
No, he just sent it to me, man, and you know what I'm saying? It lit me up. You know what I'm saying? I did it. You know, I forgot what I think I was rapping about. I was feeling a certain way, you know, about the game and the industry and my place in it, you know, especially here in Chicago. And that's what I rapped about on it, you know. I want to assert my dominance, you know.
Now, how did that verse start? Do you remember?
Man, I don't even remember. I know the hook was like, I think I was like, these little niggas out there thinking that they live like me, but they ain't live like me.
Right.
Talk about they left the club and took five like me. You ain't take five like me. I forgot the rest of the shit.
Yeah. Now, again, I have that.
Okay.
I have that. We gonna. Ooh, with the horns. God, Tommy, you's a bad motherfucker, boy.
This shit raw as hell.
Yeah, man.
We gotta play this at the show.
And it aged well.
Yeah, it did.
You know what I'm saying? Like it got the bounce, it got the vibe, the whole nine, man. So yeah, man. Happy birthday, Tommy. Let's start there.
Skills. Happy birthday, bro.
You know, we doing this, man, for Tommy. Got some big things coming up for March 13th. It's gonna be a glorious day. Good energy, some music that people haven't heard in a while, maybe some new shit.
Yeah.
Spearheaded by your good friend, your man, Q Billa. And the animals are activating.
Facts.
And we're gonna have family in the building.
Family, friends.
Yeah. Are we calling the surprise guest a surprise guest? Are we announcing that? Or
we could announce it. It's not. It ain't a surprise.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Saba will be in the building.
Saba, Joseph
Pivot Gang.
Chilliams.
Yeah, Joseph Chilliams.
Yeah, Pivot Gang.
You know, I don't even know if a lot of people know that, but those are his nephews.
Yeah.
His father, Chandler, will be in the building. Hell of a singer, hell of an artist.
Yeah. John Brown
in the building.
Big Wiz.
G.O.D.
Outbreak. It's gonna be a family affair. You know?
Yeah. What can we expect that day? Are we going live band? We're going DJ? How many are we doing performances?
I think we're gonna do a little bit of both, right? We want to showcase, you know, the beats, definitely, right? But one thing that always excited me and Tommy is how, like when I would do my shows, how the band would bring those beats to life. You know, so I definitely wanna represent that vibe too, you know. And for me, it's like, you know, Tommy chopped the records, and then you know, the records, a lot of those records were live music, right? Then Tommy chopped them up and rearranged it, made new arrangements to it, right? And just hearing those records played in that new arrangement, you know, that's a whole nother life to it. You know, that brings a whole nother side to it, you know. Like Money or Not. Like imagine hearing Money or Not with the band. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit'd be crazy.
Niggas been getting your money or not. Stick to the business. What was the plot?
Yes, you niggas about getting your money or not. So stick to your business and get to the top. Don't let them haters ever make you stop. The hungry gonna eat, dry throat, thirsty or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Brings back memories.
Yeah. Oh, quick tangent. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to just go on a whole bunch of quick tangents, but I was just talking to JB about that song, right? And what's dope about me and JB dynamic, you know, JB like the one of the best freestylers that we ever seen on this planet, right? And like when he rap, like he rapping like it's a written, but it ain't written. You know what I'm saying? But to be that good of a freestyler, like he just regurgitating all this information and he don't never remember what he said. So like some of our best songs that we made was me listening to him freestyle and then me saying, "Oh no, that's a hook right there." You know what I'm saying? And that's what Money or Not is. Like JB, like that whole hook, he said that in the freestyle.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then I was just like, no, we got to keep that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of our songs came out.
So you
like
was on
that.
your Minority Report.
Yeah. I saw the words in the air and I was like, hold on, let me get that one.
Hey, and
Get that one.
For the people that know, and for the people that don't know, Q Billa refuses to freestyle. I don't know a rapper who doesn't freestyle. So he would just sit back.
I don't refuse. I'm just garbage at freestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I like to see you be garbage sometimes.
That's like you know, certain people don't shoot threes, they just dunk. You know what I'm saying? You never seen Sean Kemp shoot a three, right?
I don't know. I have to check the stats on that.
You know what I'm saying? Like if he did, he like you ain't seen him out at the arc a lot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
sure,
saying?
For sure. I get it. Speaking of, you know what, to add to that tangent, we recently saw JB spaz out at the studio with
Right.
I felt like it was 2004, you know what I mean, 5, whatever year it was. The video, somebody has video.
Yeah.
Somebody got the video. Now we had a good time in the studio with the whole family. It was a good time. And that moment, it encapsulated everything. Because that was the same day of the funeral.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then so that night, we was up all night or whatever. But the energy in the studio was crazy. You know what I mean? I kicked everybody's ass in 2K. You know what I'm saying? I came right on in talking my shit. Yeah, Saba, get your bum ass out of here. It was a few randoms, caught some straight shots in there, man. But, you know, it was good music. I believe that the engineer put on some beats, man. And, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers went in the booth, you know what I'm saying? But I was glad that moment was caught because it couldn't have happened no other way.
No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? I felt like time was in the room.
No, you're right. You're right.
That ass. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to go home. I don't think I got home till about 5.
Man, it was crazy.
Yeah. So I think you would be the best person to, if someone were to ask you, man, who is Tommy Skillfingers? What would you say?
Man, first of all, Tommy Skillfingerz was an incredible human being, right? He was kind, he was loyal, he was a brother, right? He was a friend. He wasn't the type of guy that if you were his friend, he'd give you his last, you know. And sometimes it was his last, you know. And he'd ride with you till the wheels fall off.
Or his leg, one or the other.
Right. Man, Tommy Skillfingerz, like in many ways, like a lot of people don't understand, but in many ways, like Tommy Skillfinger was a hero, right? He was a superhero, right? Tommy beat cancer at like 9, 10 years old, right? Man, and it's just like a lot of people ain't coming back from that, you know? Tommy told me a story. It's so crazy. The year before he died, like we spent a lot of time together, and he told me a lot of stuff, like a lot of heart-to-heart stuff that I never, you know, knew. And he told me a story that when he was in the hospital, right? When he had cancer. He was like 9 years old. He was in the hospital, and he was like, he had got so small, you know, that from the chemo and all that, he was like 60 pounds.
Damn.
You know, and then he was like, the doctor was like, you could go home, you know, once you reach a certain weight, you could go home, right? So Tommy like wasn't eating, and he just felt like he couldn't reach this weight. And he felt like he was gonna die in the hospital. That's what he told me. He was like, I felt like I was gonna die in the hospital. And he just really wanted to go home because he didn't want to die in the hospital. Right. So he was like, his father came up to the hospital one day, and his father told him, he was like, look, do whatever you got to do to reach that weight. I can't remember what the weight was, right? But he was like, his father told him, do whatever you got to do to reach that weight. So when they came in to take him, to get for the weigh-in, right? Tommy said that he found something. I forgot what he told me, but he said he found something and he put it in his pockets.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And he put it in his pockets, and all of his front pockets, back pockets, and he said he found something. And then he was like, whatever he put in his pockets, like that got him to the weight that he needed to be at to go home. And then once he got home is when he actually started getting better. Like because he was at the crib, with his family, comfortable. Because people die in the hospital, I hear a lot of people, like even a lot of old people, they don't want to go there. They don't want to die in the hospital. They don't want to be in the hospital because that's you're on your way to your final resting place a lot of times.
Look at the irony of that story, right? Metaphorically, when he says, you called him a hero, and then you use the word or the term, the weigh-in.
Yeah.
Right? He was fighting then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he took home the belt that day.
He took home the belt.
Yeah, that's fire.
He took home the
belt. That's
belt.
fire.
He did whatever he had to do, and his father didn't say, hey, put some shit in your pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that just shows you the connection they had, because he just his father, man, do whatever you got to do to get home. And he put something in his pocket and he got home, man. He started eating, got better, man. And to go through that at 9 years old, it's people who go through that as grown that they can't handle that. He went through that at 9 years old. And it's just after you go through that, it's just man, you pretty much understand you can get through anything,
I mean, but then when you think about at 9 years old, you're missing a limb, right?
Yeah.
Kids can be devils, if you will, right? I think that built up his Teflon, right? And he had jokes, so he was prepared. I felt like he was going to sleep every day, waiting for somebody to say something crazy
about his leg, right?
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And he would unload the clip,
right?
You know what I'm saying? It's so many stories, man. I mean, the first time I got in the car with him and he drove, I was like, man, what is this, man? No, fam, drop me off, fam. I'll take the bus today. My car's in the shop. You don't have to come get me today. I'm cool.
Hey, so his left leg, no, his right leg is what they took, right? So he had to drive with his left leg. He had that contraption.
Yeah.
where the pedal.
The pedal, it was reversed. It was reversed.
Yeah, but it was like he had two pedals. And it was he pushed with the left leg, and then it would push down the actual pedal, right?
And then the brake is right there,
right? You know what I'm saying? Tommy was a terrible fucking driver,
the worst, bro. The fucking worst. I don't know how he got back and forth from Northern. I have no idea, man.
I don't know why I would go to sleep in the car with him, like we'd be on them long rides from Northern, we'd be drunk or something, man, and then I just go to sleep, man, just put my life in his hands.
Yeah, man. He had to grow up, man. Fuck it. And a lot of people don't know, man, he was a hell of a chef, man.
Yeah.
His ramen noodle game was crazy. He do ramen noodles like a pot of gumbo, man.
That's crazy.
What does Tommy mean to you, though, bro?
Man, Tommy was a producer, right? And that's how I met him, through production, and our friendship grew from there, right? But for me, Tommy was he was my DJ Premier, right? He was my Swiss Beats. He was my Dr. Dre, my No ID, right? And Tommy worked with, multiple artists, but I like to feel man, I was his Common. You know what I'm saying? I was his Snoop. I was his DMX. Tommy believed in me and I believed in him, and a lot of times we believed in each other when nobody else believed in us. There was a time where there was a brief time, I don't even know if you know this, but there was a brief time, when John Brown left and went to California, there was a brief time where I was going to give up rapping. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up meeting somebody, you know, that knew Ludacris Camp or whatever. And then they plugged me into that. And then Tommy was like the only producer that was there for me that was, you know what I'm saying, like that was with me through that journey. You know, we made Night and Day through that journey. What's to it? You know what I'm saying? And like, these are all records that, you know, I almost got a record deal using these records, you know? So, man, that was like, you know, like we got a vinyl. We got a vinyl of Night and Day and What's to It.
To this day, I'm putting it up in the studio, man. Fuck
you know what I'm saying? And like Tommy was there for me. Like I told Tommy what was going on. I told him I was plugged in, you know, with some people in the industry, and man, and he was ready. He was ready to ride with me. You know, he believed in me. Not only did he believe in me as a rapper, like he believed in me as a leader, and he was willing to follow me on this journey. You know, and that's one of the reasons. That's one of the main reasons that I want to do this party, because, you know, as a rapper and a producer, you know, rappers and producers, they get together, right? And at a young age, mostly, right? We was like, what, like 20 years old when we met, right? Maybe even 19, right? And rappers and producers, they get together. I ain't got no money. He don't got no money, right? But we make this unwritten pact to make this music together. I'ma rap on your beats. You gonna give me these beats for free, right? And in turn, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make this music popular, to get a buzz, to get a record deal. And then when I blow up, we all gonna eat. You understand what I'm saying?
That was the plan. We should have been a little bit more business minded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think we made a lot of noise in the city, and a lot of people can't say that they were affiliated with a movement that we produced and created.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like real talk.
Right.
It's like getting hurt before the championship game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being that close to having life-changing what's the word? Moments, if you will, right? That's a part of my life that is I have a bad memory, but that part,
I got a great memory, so you just gotta ask me.
Yeah, that's true. but those it's a lot that I actually do remember. You know what I'm saying? And it was because we were in a space where it mattered. You know, I really feel like people looked up to us.
Facts.
People wanted to be us. You know what I'm saying? And ladies wanted us. You know, we didn't copy nobody.
Facts.
The music was fucking amazing. You know, Hit the Road, one of my favorite joints. I remember I would play that shit. My folks would go nuts.
Man.
I had DJs begging for the record. Again, Night and Day. I mean, it's so many to count. And it's just like, I guarantee you, if we played these records today, people wouldn't know that this was done 15, 20 years ago.
Man, if we play these records today, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a cringe. You know what I'm saying? Because
tell me why.
No, like I listen to, especially Night and Day. I listen to some of them records recently, and I just see how much I've grown, you know, and it's just even the stuff I was talking about then. Like I don't even talk about that type of stuff no more, you know, in my raps or whatever. But you know, it's just kind of like do you remember the first time you heard your voice? Like, you, like, did you? Because most people when they hear their own voice recorded, they just like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Did you ever have that feeling?
Yeah, I never liked my voice, but then I had people be like, "Man, you sound like a rapper." I'm like, right. That's weird to me, but okay,
right. So that's how when I go back and listen to that stuff, it take me back to that time, and like, it shows me how much I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of make me cringe a little bit, you know.
Let me ask you this then. Let's kind of I want to kind of dive deep here. When creating with Tommy, and I know this from personal experience, right? I would send him something that I thought was dope that he hadn't sampled before.
Okay.
Right? And I would kind of get in my Michael Jackson, like, bro, take this part, hum it out, play the drums behind the beatbox and shit, right?
Hum it out kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's nasty. Hold on, I gotta relax. Okay, all right. We here now.
Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Yeah. So anyway, and he would literally do that and then put his own sauce on it.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, like, and he never missed. He was like 9 for 10, bro. He was on some Steph Curry shit with the production, right? Or I would hear a samples from fucking YouTube, a movie, and I'd be like, man, bro, you could probably use this. And he would do it. And he would never question. He'd be like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. Right? That's why I fuck with him, because he wouldn't just shoot shit down.
Right.
Right. And for me, I think that's an intelligence of an artist, right? Because I feel like artistry, people can learn or get things from other people that they don't see or hear.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
And for me, he empowered me in a way to make me feel like, Amon do kind of know what he's talking about sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot of haters in the circle that believe I don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I've created a whole media fucking business, if you will, right? We're doing well and got some things popping. But neither here nor there. Side notes, excuse me. But no, it was that was important to me. So there would be times where he would just send me shit that maybe you didn't even have as his number one guy, right? And as closely as y'all were working. And I would tell him like, man, that shit dope. But I would also tell him like, man, that shit, that ain't it.
Right.
And then there came a time when we had a heart to heart, and he was like, man, I'm just not even feeling music no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, nah, dog. Like, we talked for like an hour.
Yeah, that was a dark time.
Yeah.
That was a dark time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And, I'm not going to disclose those conversations, but I knew his way out of that darkness was the music. Right?
Yeah.
So I went in overdrive with sending him everything. You know what I'm saying?
All the stuff that he had sent you.
That.
Right.
I did that. And then I sent him some Anita Baker joints, right? And gave him some ideas on that. I sent him a Stevie Wonder joint. Just a lot of music that I was hearing. Sometimes I may be riding from home, right? And just listening to fucking V103 or some shit. And I'm like, oh shit, I ain't heard this in a while. And now this is the wave, everybody doing, the 90s samples, right? Like, bro, anybody did this one though, right? He'd be like, all right. And he just say, all right, I got you.
Right.
And then one day I looked in my email, my shit was flooded.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was like, okay, he back.
That's what's up, man.
You know what I'm saying? That shit felt good. You know what I'm saying? And it also feels good when I hear other producers give him credit. Like,
oh yeah, man.
This dude is different.
Yeah. Like that's another thing. Like Tommy was able to influence some of the hottest producers in Chicago, and then they influence people, so Tommy influenced on them, on these other producers too that don't even know it, Tommy was a humble dude too. He wasn't the type of dude where like if he knew something, he would hide it. You know what I'm saying? Because some producers is like that, where like they learn something on the MPC or they learn something on Logic or something like that, and like they don't share, right? Tommy, if you came over to Tommy's house and you asked him, and you were a producer and you asked him any question, like he was more than willing to show you how to do it,
Yeah, I mean, shit, he showed me how to chop up a record.
Well, you can't chop up no record.
No, I said he showed me. I didn't say I could. I said he showed me. I said, yeah, bro, that's why you're Skillfingers. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm cool. You know what I mean? I would just prefer to send you some shit and let you work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta know your limitations.
Yeah. That's one thing, bro, that I'm sad, bro. And I'm gonna admit some shit that I'm gonna say some shit out loud. You know what I'm saying? That I'm ashamed of. But like that's one thing that I feel like that's the biggest thing, like that hurts the most about him being gone is I never got to make a beat with him. You know what I'm saying? I started like I always consider myself a producer because I know how beats are made and I know how to tell a producer what I want and I know how to tell an engineer like what I want and how to craft the song to get the ending product that I'm looking for. But I never knew how to actually do the stuff with my hands, actually make the beat, right? So I started the class. Tommy was still here when I started the class. And I'm cooking up beats in secrecy, right? In secrecy, because I'm like, I got this, sometimes, it's like it's a competitive thing. But then like when you look back and I'm like, man, why I'm trying to compete with my brothers? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh man, watch. I'm finna make this beat. I'm finna be colder than Tommy. I'm finna be colder than Chris. You know what I'm saying? And I'm finna be colder than the sick one and all this. And it's just like, man, these my brothers, So I'm like waiting. I'm making these beats and I'm trying to wait until like I get like, I feel like I'm at a certain level to like let him know, like, man, this is what I'm doing.
Like you're a force.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be looked at as his equal. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's pride. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of things. I probably don't even know what it is. It's a psychological thing, but it's just like at the end of the day, like I waited all that time and now he gone. And I never made a beat with my brother.
Yeah.
That's
like,
great. That shit weak as hell.
That's interesting, man. I don't know what I have to say to that. I think sometimes it's maybe a learned behavior, right? Because you're very meticulous and very strategic, right? And you don't like releasing anything if it's not right or to your standards. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I think when you say in competition, that I think that's. I don't think anything's wrong with competition. And I don't think anything's wrong with being in competition with your brother. But I think if you're a novice at something and you can learn from this person, I don't think there's anything wrong with being vulnerable to the person
right.
that can teach you.
No, you're right.
Better.
You're right. And at the end of the day, competition is healthy, but also competition can be unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was like an unhealthy type thing. Like it goes back to the whole thing I always talk about with Michael Jordan, right? And I feel like the worst thing happened to people was The Last Dance because people looked at what Michael Jordan did and they adapt that to their everyday life, right? Basically, Michael Jordan created enemies, right? He created obstacles, right? So that he can overcome them to give him motivation to go out and kill people, right? Oh, man, I ain't like the way he looked at me while we was waiting at the tip-off. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, like this is, you know what I'm saying? Fucking Craig Elo. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't fuck with you no way. You know what I'm saying? Just go out and kill him. You need, you know what I'm saying? You need Craig Elo to say something about your mama. Like you gotta fake like he said something about your mama so you can go out and kill Craig Elo. It's Craig Elo. You know what I'm saying? That's just an example, but it's like now, ever since The Last Dance, that's how people feel. They feel like, oh man, the world is against me. The world, my enemy, is just like, oh man, these people never believed in me. I'ma show them. And it's just like, man, it ain't about that. It's about, do you love the art? Do you love what you do? Well, go out there and do that shit to the best of your ability if you love the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and to me, that's what it was. That's what I was doing, right? I was creating an enemy, right? In my own people, right? I was just like, man, because it'd be things that I would tell Tommy. I would tell Tommy. I would say, man, get Ableton, man. You gotta get Ableton. You know what I'm saying? He like, no, I'm a stick with Logic. You know what I'm saying? So then I get Ableton and I started making beats. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna show Tommy he was wrong about Logic. I'm gonna make these beats with Ableton. I'm gonna show him he was wrong. Why? Who gives a fuck? If he want to use fucking Logic, he can use fucking Logic. If I want to use Ableton,
your man, be on bullshit.
Man. I could use Ableton. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, man, that's that Michael Jordan shit. Like I didn't need to prove to Tommy that Ableton was better than Logic. to make beats. I just needed to make beats because I wanted to learn that skill and I wanted to be good at it. You understand what I'm saying?
I follow.
And I think a lot of us do that. It's man. Sometimes I felt that way with you. It'd be times where like you wouldn't like a song, and then I would go back to the studio. I'll show him. I'm gonna make. You know what I'm saying? He don't know what the fuck he talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, it ain't about that. It ain't about like, man, you don't like a song, you don't like the shit. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean we ain't fucking friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like to me, when you create with that type of energy, you basically creating off negativity, right? And then I just feel like nothing positive can ever come from creating off negativity. So I try my best to like, I'm a human being though, right? And I try my best now to anytime those thoughts creep in my head, I try to kill them right away. It's many times where I be like, man, I'm making songs and I'm like, man, my baby mama ain't believing me. I'm gonna show her she was wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
that's a good motivation though.
Nah, it ain't, man.
Shit.
It ain't at all, man. Because at the end of the day, it's just like when you go to sleep, all you got is you.
Baby mamas are trash though.
Now, that's what I'm saying. When you go to sleep, all you got is you. When you die, all you have is you, right? Everything that you got on this planet, everything that you did on this planet, it all came from things that you did, right? So at the end of the day, whether someone don't believe in you or not, do you believe in yourself?
You goddamn right.
Then that's the only thing that matters.
Okay, I see where you're going. That's fair. But I'm on bullshit right now. You can always use, like Jordan did, other things for motivation. You know what I'm saying? But
weak to me.
But you can kill the motivation. It doesn't have to be the ultimate, right? It can be the reason that you started something, right? But it doesn't mean I hate this person. You know what I'm saying? If you use the baby mama example, like, yeah, goddamn it, I'm going to do everything in my power to show you that I am who I know I am. I am the father that I'm supposed to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of who you are, right? It doesn't make me less of a man because I don't want to be with you. I'm just using that as motivation. Like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do this whether she believes in me or not because I know I'm dope as fuck.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, I'm saying that it don't got nothing to do with like another person believing in you, right? Whatever you do, right, should never like be a factor in what's your inspiration and motivation to do what you do. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, do you love it or not? It's fatherhood. Do you love your child or not? Right? If you love your child, it don't matter what your you know what I'm saying, your child's mom thinks of you. It don't matter.
Is inspiration and motivation the same thing or are they different?
Inspiration and motivation, I mean, it's one and the same to me.
Okay.
It's one and the same.
All right. Can you give me actually I want to ask you this. I never knew this. How did the record he had with Foxy, how did that even happen? Do you know?
All right, so this had to happen. So do you remember cousin Law?
That sounds familiar.
All right, so he went to Northern. He used to be always up in Northern with Mooney.
Okay, I know exactly.
Well, he used to bring Mooney to Northern, right? So we was always cool with Law or whatever, right? And because Law actually went to grammar school with Byro, right? So Law used to rap, like our freshman year at NIU, he used to rap or whatever. And he used to always, he took a liking to us, me, Twan, everybody. And then once we hooked up with Tommy and them, he knew Byro, you know what I'm saying? So he would come around and check on us all the time to see what we was working on, right? So one day during the summer, he hit me up and he was like, man, I want y'all to come through Infrared Studios, right? And he was like, man, I want y'all to meet E, I want y'all to meet Bug and all that, right? So we came through. I think it might have been just me and Tommy. I feel like John Brown might have been there too, right? But we came through, and Boog was there, E Pro was there, Mooney and Young Bird, Hitmaker. They was there, right? So when we got there or whatever, Tommy played some of his beats, Boog was playing his beats, and Boog took a liking to Tom, right? And cause Tom had a different type of creativity to him, and Boog always been raw. You know what I'm saying? Like Boog been raw as Kanye since I heard Boog name.
Shout out to Boog on the Grammy nominations, man.
So Boog took a liking to Tom, and then they had wanted me to do some writing for a couple of their artists or whatever, right? That never really panned out. And then that's when that sparked me and E relationship. Like E like a big brother to me. You know what I'm saying? So when after we left, but then Bug called Tommy back over there. So Tommy, started going back over there, and then next he making beats with
I remember
Bug.
that because I would go over there a little bit.
Yeah, he making beats with Bug or whatever. And then they made that beat together, right? I think Tom like made it, and Bug like kind of like, souped it up or whatever, right? And next thing you know, we heard Foxy on it on the mixtape, right? So we was salty because we didn't know the business back then, right? So like we heard somebody rapping, we heard a professional rapper rapping on Tommy beat. So we like, where the money at? We like, man, Bug stole the beat and sold Tommy beat and didn't give him no money. That, that's how we all felt, and Tom was salty as well, right? And I think Tom like stopped messing with him over that for a little bit, right? But the whole thing was, it was just like, man, Bug gave them a beat CD. She rapped on the beat and put it on a mixtape. She ain't had no budget. You know what I'm saying? But like, we didn't understand the game at that time. So we like, we just was salty and mad,
So teaching moment, right? What does that mean for any artist that hears this or however we do it, right? What does that mean when two producers collab on a record? He gives the beat CD, they pick it, same situation, and they rap on it. It's only on a mixtape. Should they just take it as, okay, I can add this to my resume, Foxy rapped on my shit, or is there actually money there, or is there some legal things that could have happened?
Ain't no money happening if it ain't no contracts.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're a producer and you get somebody your beats and then they rap on them, right? And they put it out and you ain't got no contracts, 9 times out of 10, you ain't finna get no money, right? Now, in this situation, like Foxy didn't have a budget, right? How the fuck we supposed to know that? We don't fucking know, right? But I do know that she ain't put out no album till like, man, 2-3 years later. You know what I'm saying? So, it was just a mixtape song, right? And at the end of the day, it's so many producers. They got so many beats. It's so easy to make beats now. Beats is a dime a dozen. If somebody rap on your beat and like, put it out, like people don't make mixtapes like they used to no more. But if somebody rap on your beat and they put it out, they rapping on it on TikTok or Instagram, just take that as a compliment. At the end of the day, you repost it and try to get some likes and some follows and some brand energy from them, especially if they're a big artist. Just try to get some brand energy from them.
Brand energy, people. I like that.
Ask them to mention you, in the post, to tag you. Maybe you'll get some followers off that, right? But if the album, like if it's going on a real record, by all means, like, handle your business. You know what I'm saying? And if it's going on a real record and you don't get, the paperwork done before it come out, get your lawyer and handle your business. You know what I'm saying? But like, if it ain't, just talk to the artist, tell them, ask them what the intentions is, what's going to happen or whatever. And just tell them to keep you posted and be 100. And just don't talk to them, talk to they management too. You know what I'm saying? And go to the label. Do everything that you got to do. You know what I'm saying? To stay in tune with what's going on so you can get your money if it's going to be some money involved, right? Or don't get nobody nothing unless they gonna pay you, right? Don't even get nobody, don't send nobody no beats unless they gonna pay you, right? But you take a chance of being overlooked. Because like I say, it's a million producers with a million beats, and it's so easy to make beats, right? You know.
Got it. Do you have a story that maybe no one knows? You know, I have my own.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if everybody would find it funny, but you know, within the circle of the Animal House, man, you know, it was laughter. You know what I mean? It was comedy. It was genuine energy and creation at all times. Like we would do something and be like, nah, we about to go make a song right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or we would just be sitting there watching a game and having a few cocktails and some shit would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I know, I do remember you could always hear the music coming out the room.
Yeah.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
And then one person to get up, like, oh, what's that? And when they didn't come back out,
right,
you knew it was something in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then we would collectively, it may be 4 or 5 of us, sometimes just 2 or 3 of us, and a hook, chorus. Next thing I know, everybody got their pens and pads out, you know, laying down the rough tracks, and then, you know, I don't know, man. It was just some magical shit that was always happening, man. It was like when you would leave, you couldn't wait to get back the next day.
Nah, you're right. It cause it wasn't just like, it wasn't just music, you know what I'm saying, happening there. It was like, you know, it was camaraderie, right? And it was what it was about, you know, roughly about 10 of us, right? Not everybody rapped though, right? Some people was trying to rap. That wasn't serious, you know what I'm saying? I don't say no names, you know what I'm saying? But
they know who they are.
Right. So you know, it was like, you know, we all was the same type of kids, right? We was kids from the hood, right, that didn't go to school in the hood, right? And you know, that didn't. I'm never gonna say that made us better, but that definitely made us different, right? And we all had good parents, and all our parents been through something. You know, it ain't, you know, my father, you know, battled with drugs, you know, most of his life, you know, and I ain't gonna say most of his life, half his life, because he did get off drugs, but we all been through, you know, we all came from good parents, good smart parents that all been through something, right? So we kind of gravitated together, right? And I said this at the funeral. You know, we had the rhymes, Tom had the beats, and together we kept each other off the streets, right? So that was an environment, was a safe environment for us to experiment with life, right? And on Harrison, you know, we was Tommy was living underneath his mom, and we was terrorizing the place, right?
That's my boo. Hey, boo.
Come on, man. Look, we was we was terrorizing the place, right? And you know, I apologize for this at the funeral or whatever, because like before Tommy met us, he didn't smoke or drink, right? So, you know, like I say, we called it the Animal House, right? But it came from my apartment in DeKalb, you know, back at NIU. That was the original Animal House, right? And,
True.
And I got evicted from there. You know what I'm saying? So we brought the Animal House to Tom's house. We was recording, and basically, whatever we was doing, some of us had jobs, some of us didn't. But we just didn't want to be on the street. We wanted to be with this music. We wanted to be in this house. We had chicks over. We was partying, drinking, smoking, right? But it was all in a safe environment for us, right? And I think as young men, 20 years old, 21 years old, I think we all needed that, you know? Like, if we wasn't in that house smoking, drinking, you know what I'm saying? Smoking, drinking, beasting, you know what I'm saying? We could do this every weekend. You tell your friends to get with my friends, you know what I'm saying?
4-pack after 4-pack. And can we throw back?
You know, drinking to 11. Like if we didn't have that environment, a lot of us wouldn't be here today. You know? And it's like literally, you know, we had the rhymes, Tom had the beats, and we kept each other off the streets, man.
If you had to compare Tom to a producer, who would it be?
I would say, man, that's hard to say because Tom definitely had his phases. Like, Tom had a sound, don't get me wrong, but he had his phases where he was like studying Premiere heavy, right? Then he had his phases where he was studying Swiss Beats heavy. He had his phases where he was studying the Neptunes heavy, you know. He had his phases where he was studying No ID and Kanye heavy, right? And I could say that, like, Tom was able to master all of those styles, but actually make it him, though. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think it's one producer I could compare Tom to.
And I'm glad you said that, because I was, you know, how does the verse go? It might have been Hov said it. I'm something all rolled in one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what he was.
Yeah. He was a mixture of Premiere, Swiss, and the Neptunes. You know what I'm saying? And it was some Dre in there, you know. Some Dilla. He loved Dilla.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely some Dilla in there,
mm-hmm.
you know. Can I move this up? Because I feel like I ain't sitting up straight. It's kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, you can move it how you want to, bro.
Let me see. All right, I'm good. Still good?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I feel like, you know, Tom was all those producers, you know, rolled into one. Even some Q-Tip, you know.
A lot of people may not know that he had a talent. He could also rap. Right?
Yeah.
He could rap. He could sing.
Yeah.
You know, I used to beg him to sing more.
Yeah, we used to, you know, back in the day, we used to give everybody shit for singing. John Brown can sing too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now everybody want to sing.
Yeah, you can hear it in John Brown's raps.
Yeah.
What is a record with Tommy and Drake sound like?
Tommy and Drake. I kind of feel like, man, I can see Drake on See the Moment. Remember See the Moment?
Mm-hmm.
I can see Drake on that.
What does let's go song. Let's go if you can. A Dre record from Tom.
A Dre record. Oh, man, we got this record. I don't know if you ever heard this. We got this record where he sampled same shit that Dre sampled for Let Me Ride. He sampled
what's that? Swing on out.
Yeah. It's a United Center record.
Okay.
So it's me, Mick Luda, Wiz, and Rashid Hadi. You know, them records was cold as fuck, man, on the real. We was tweaking by not putting that out, but that's another story. But I would say that record, that's definitely a Dre type record.
Give me a Kanye.
Man, I feel like What's to It a Kanye record.
Early Kanye with the heavy sampling, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, on the and the drum pattern, you know, the bounce to it, you know. What else? We could probably go days for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Where does pre?
Oh man, remember when Tom sampled Getting the Spirit in the Dark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's Ye.
Yeah, he did it before Ye though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And his version was better than Ye version.
Let's talk about it.
It was better than the Ye version.
Let's talk about it.
On the real.
So on this part, we have to play the record behind it.
We got to.
We got to.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you have it?
No.
Fuck.
That's crazy.
Give me his most prominent Premiere record.
I would say Sign Language on the Radio.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I would say that.
Give me his his NRD or Pharrell record.
Hello.
Okay. I was, so you know what? Before I say that, give me his Swiss record.
Man, let me see. I gotta think about this.
I got one.
You got one?
Yeah.
Oh man, let me think about this one. It's a record that don't exist, that we lost. I don't know if you remember this record. We lost this record like right after John Brown made it. But John Brown hook was, you know what? Did John Brown make this beat or did Tommy make this beat? Tommy made this beat. But the hook was John Brown hook was alias. Alias, what? Don't you go and start no shit. Don't start none. It won't be none, nigga. Alias. That was when Tom was in his Swiss Beats phase. You know what I'm saying? That's what I can remember off the top of my head. What you got?
Darkest Hour.
Ooh. Yeah.
Darkest Hour.
Yeah. Darkest Hour.
Yeah.
That like I told you, that was the beat I heard. I was like, man, I gotta be with these dudes. Like, because I gotta get in this group.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was mad when he said I'm not sampling right now. This is just not gonna happen. Like, what you mean you're not sampling, dude? Like, this is what I love when you do this. Like, I'm not doing that. And then when I would hear what he would put out instrumentally, you know what I'm saying, from his mind to the MP, from the keyboard and everything else, like, oh, you can do this too. All right.
Yeah, them beats were so cold, bro. In that era, bro. That was when he was on Kedville, right? Them beats were so cold. It was a beat called, with John Brown had a hook. We made a song called Ask Yourself. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That beat was so cold. That was probably one of my favorite Tommy beats that's gone. We don't even know where that shit's at. You know what I'm saying? But that, man, I'm trying to think, man, of some stuff that stand out as really like Swiss influence that we actually still got though. I don't know nothing that we still got, but all them beats in that era, that shit was crazy.
And what would represent Tom when you hear a Tommy Skillfinger beat? What record is that?
When you hear a Tommy Skillfinger beat,
because he's everybody rolled in one.
Right. And
he created his own sound and how he does things. What is that record?
Man.
If you could think of one.
Damn. Does everybody rolled into one? That's hard. That's a hard one. Pause. I had to really, really think about what's the record that's everybody rolled into one. But I think the record that represents Tom is Money or Not. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's the record that's like, this is Tom. This is how he make beats. I know that's a Tom beat. Is Money or Not.
What's your favorite Tom record?
I would say my favorite. It's hard, man. I love all of them, man. But I'm trying to think. Probably the most. I'm gonna tell you what was the record that I was most excited to hear the first time I heard it. That was Set Me Free.
Won't you set me free?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was actually more excited about that than Hit the Road, right?
Interesting.
But I loved Hit the Road, but I was more excited about Set Me Free. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went like when he made both, he played us both those beats at the same time, right? John Brown was more excited about Hit the Road. I was more excited about Set Me Free, right? And I went off and I just went crazy on Set Me Free. And then I had two verses, John Brown had one. John Brown went off and did like a whole song, like 3 verses to Hit the Road. And I'm just like, no, I'm like, hold on.
I need in, player.
I'm still getting on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't your song, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we had to do a remix of that joint. The remix is crazy.
Yeah.
And shout out to Ja. You kill that shit.
Yeah.
So I think for me, definitely Hit the Road, but Full Deck.
Full Deck. Yeah.
Full Deck. And reason for Full Deck, because I believe that's one of the first joints I heard when I took you over there. I was like, bro, you gotta meet this.
Oh yeah,
brother.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is it.
Like when we got over there, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling a quick story. Then we got to get to a couple more of these questions. I got to bounce, but quick story about when we got over there. You brought me over there. You was like, man, you want me to meet these dudes that they, they was dope or whatever. So I got rapper arrogance coming in. Like I'm like, man,
rapper arrogance.
I'm like, man, like these niggas ain't better than me though. You know what I'm saying? So I come over there. And I don't think I had many songs recorded. I know I had Cold Shy, maybe a couple other songs. I don't think I had many songs recorded, but I had a lot of songs written, right? 2 beats. I just hadn't recorded them, right? Because we didn't have no equipment, really, So, we walk in or whatever. I got a couple songs, and then I don't know if they played their songs first or I played my songs first. I can't remember, but I'm listening to their songs. They played Full Deck. I thought that was dope. They played a couple more joints. It was like 6 songs they played, right? And each song, I was like, man, this dope. And it was different, than what I was doing. And it was different than I had heard, you know what I'm saying, around the city or whatever. And then when they played Darkest Hour, right? Like, so when they was playing everything else, I was like, all right, I can fuck with that. I got something that can fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? Or I was like, oh man, that's dope. But like my shit is that dope too. You know what I'm saying? But then when they played Darkest Hour, I was like, man, this different. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this on another level. This some shit I ain't got. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, man, I need to be in this group, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's the first time I felt like that. I was solo artist. So I'm just like, man, like I need to be with these guys. You know what I'm saying? And, it kind of helped that we all was the same age and we all was the same type of kid from the same type of backgrounds and environments. It's just like we just clicked. And I just felt like out of all the people I've met during my musical journey, like not only did I feel like I could make good music with them, but I felt like they could relate to me and we was friends and, we became brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, in closing, I want you to tell everybody why it's important and why you're doing the Tommy Skillfinger Day.
Okay. So I touched on it a little earlier, but
Pause,
yeah.
That was nasty.
Yeah, well, it was. That was crazy. So
I done let a lot of shit slide, but I can't do it no more.
Hey, let's just slide with you earlier. Pause. Oh, the real. When we watch it back, I'm gonna show you. But so Tommy Skillfinger Day, right? Tommy was our dear friend. It still don't feel real that he's gone, right? I think about Tommy every day. Every single day I think about him, right? His obituary is in my car door. You know what I'm saying?
Me as well.
I don't usually keep obituaries though, but it's in my car door. Every time I get out of my car, I look at his face.
It makes me feel like he's still with me.
Like, I usually throw obituaries away, right? But like for some reason, like I'm not touching this obituary, right? But besides that, I think about dude every day. Like dude, like in for the past year, before he died, he was my executive assistant, So like I talked to him almost every day, what I'm saying? We was together like once a week, working. And my whole life, like every aspect of my life, is involved Tommy, right? So it's like as I'm going through day-to-day life now, like I still have to think about Tommy and things that he done and emails that he sent me and all type of stuff. I think about Tommy every day, bro. And we had the funeral and Tom died on a Tuesday, and he passed on a Tuesday, and then they had the funeral Sunday. A lot of people missed the funeral. They wasn't expecting it to happen that fast. Even though they saw the flyer, they didn't know that it was happening that fast, right? A good probably 100, 200 people missed the funeral, right? at the funeral, I got the idea. I started thinking about Saba and the Pivot Gang, Joseph Chilliams, John Walt, Squeak, and how much they lost. And I look at them like when I watch them grow up and get into music, I kind of look at them just like we were, right? I look at Pivot Gang like the Animal House, right? So many similarities. Tight knit crew, all working together for one common cause, right? And when John Walt died, man, God bless his soul, John Walt was an incredible human being, When John Walt died, they started John Walt Day, right? So I was thinking about that at the funeral, and I was like, you know what? We gon' take a page from their book. We gonna learn from them, right? And we gonna take a page out of their book, and we gonna do a Tommy Skillfinger Day, right? We're gonna celebrate our brother in a way that's comforting and in a way that's exalting who he is with the music, right? We're gonna celebrate the music because that's what that was his superpower, right? That was the reason why God put him here, right? So we're gonna celebrate that. Not only are we gonna celebrate that, right? We're gonna throw a party and we're gonna sell tickets. We're gonna perform. Saba, Joseph Chilliams, Pivot Gang, Tommy Nephews, they gonna perform. And we all gonna do this. And I want all the proceeds to go to Tommy family, right? Reason being is that as a rapper and a producer, you make an unwritten pact that I'm going to rap on your beats. You're going to make these beats for me for free. I'm going to rap on them. We're going to blow up, and then we going to eat, and we're going to get rich, right? Tommy never got to see that, right? A lot of producers never got to see that. A lot of talented producers never got to see that. Tommy never got his just due, right? So the reason why I want to do this and I want to donate the money to Tommy family, because I don't want all Tommy hard work to go in vain, right? Tommy's daughter spent most of her life, most of her childhood in a house full of niggas rapping all day and night. You know what I'm saying? A little girl just in the house with all these niggas rapping all day and night, And I don't want that to be in vain. That's a sacrifice. That's a sacrifice she made, right? That she didn't have no choice in, but she sacrificed it, right? That's a sacrifice Tom made, the time with his daughter, right? And I don't want that to go in vain. It's like right now it's time for Tommy to get paid for those beats that he made. I want Tommy to be able to say he left his daughter some money.
That is as noble as it gets.
Hey, that's my brother. Hey, if I go before you, I'm gonna do it for you. I mean,
I don't know how that's gonna happen.
Right.
Fuck.
I'm gonna still do it for you from
You're
the
a
grave.
cold motherfucker if you pull that shit off.
No, but if you go before me, I'm gonna do it for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Well, look, Tommy Skillfinger Day, March 13th. You guys look out for the promotion. Come out, have a good time. Celebrate this man, this genius. Celebrate the music, and we gonna make this thing live on for as long as possible.
Yeah. Like at the end of the day, a wise man told me one day. He said, actually, he was a wise man. He was drunk, right? But this guy told me, I was in the club after a show. He was talking to me. He was super drunk and just rambling. And then he said this. He said that you die twice, right? The first time is your physical, right? When your physical body dies, your spirit leaves this earth, right? That's the first time you die. The second time you die is when the last person on this planet speaks your name. You understand what I'm saying? We gonna make Tom's name live on for as long as we can, right? I'm gonna make sure that when I'm gone, my daughter is still gonna speak Tommy's name. You know what I'm saying? She got songs that she made with Tommy that she could tell her kids about.
Dope.
You know, we want Tommy's name to live on for as long as possible because he came here, he impacted our life, right? And he's gone too soon. And that can't be in vain. I will not let that be in vain.
Say less, brother. You know, I got you. Tom got you. The whole Animal House got you. And this isn't something that you're doing by yourself.
That's
right?
What's up, bro.
And I want to try to leave on this if this is the correct one. We started like this, and if I hear your voice, then you know, give me some credit for still having some old records. I think you would have been talking by now already.
Yeah, maybe. I think I might have said something. Let's see what you got.
And if not, I'm cutting this part out, and I'm going. I got it in my phone. Yeah.
Man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, Joe, if James Brown was still alive, he would sound like this. Only the greatest entertainers can get down like this. I've been in it for a minute, now I found my niche. And I ain't stopping till I top it, cause I found that itch. So, I'm in this bitch like I'm James Brown Jr. Killing more people than cancer, but this beat is not a tumor. But it's bumping like acne, yet it's nasty like Backney. And every time I get through rapping, big booty bitches attack me. Billa got these hoes running like track meets. If it wasn't for rap, I'd be training Olympic athletes. I'm Coach K off OJ and White Remy, going for the gold. I'm Charlie Sheen, I like winning.
Oh, the hook ain't on it though.
Yeah. I got that version too though.
That's wrong.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Hey, I didn't know what I said on this motherfucker. Oh, the real.
Hey, we gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. This won't be the last time that we have another activation for Tommy Skillfinger Day.
Man.
Oh,
Man,
what else you got to say, Q?
I'm feeling even better than I felt this morning in the bed with two bitches getting head while yawning. Woke up early in the morning, I mean early afternoon, cause my tips stay hotter than that month come after June. Coming soon, what I've been saying about my project. Niggas think they Mayor Daily, they want to tear down my project. Guess I'm the last standing building in the green, cause I'm still serving dope for the children and the fiends. I'm down with dope, I'm up with hope too. But I don't hope, I wish a motherfucker try to smoke Q. I ain't no motherfucking crack pipe, so keep my name out your mouth before I hit you with some act right.
You good?
All right, it gotta be a third. Let's see what the third say.
Let's see what it say. You ain't gonna perform it though.
Man, I gotta memorize it. For real.
Man, Joe, niggas out here talking about this new Chicago shit, but without Q, it ain't no new Chicago, bitch. And I ain't hating on nobody in they shine, but if you getting yours, then I'm damn sure getting mine. Frank Lloyd Wright, the architect of the grind. I started the party before it was even party time. But fuck what I did, worry about what I'm finna do. Cross Q, I'ma off you and everybody that's kin to you. I ain't a mad rapper, I'm actually furious. They ask me why I'm killing these pussies because I'm curious. If curiosity's the cause of death, and that's the reason I am legend, I'm the last real rapper left.
Okay.
Bars.
Man, send me that.
Yeah. I got you right now, bro. We out, man.
These little niggas out here thinking that they live like me.